And that, I guess I didn't. I meant to get that one before I stopped last night. Oh my god, I'm dying. I mostly just ran around and got a bunch of viewpoints. Truth be told. Didn't get that one. Okay. Assassin's Creed is happening. Let's figure out what to do. Let's do some of these, zone. Would be a wise thing to do. A cool tree. Also, hold on. I pump the brightness like just a little bit. Okay, that's much better. I apologize if it's now like blown out on stream, but like this looked like pitch black on my TV, and now I can actually kind of see it. Oh, forest, please. This is pitch black, but that's just because I'm in trees. There we go. It's a pretty little creek. Oh, we're like really close to a viewpoint. Let's just do that. Why not? It's not a unique thing because it's, you know, definitely emblematic of media of the setting, but a lot of these like castle running around on the rooftops reminds me of that one section from Live Alive, Alive, that SNES game that got remade on Switch. There we go. Felt dicier than it probably should have been. Oh, hello. Get out of here. Oh, that's great. There are a lot of really cool things that you can do in this video game that I can tell where the cool things are going to happen, and it's like, oh man, that's exciting. just hope that I'm good enough to succeed in doing insane hiding in the roof assassinations. Sorry, lady. Insect cage. Okay. Oh, the floor is squeaky. I think there are like two, yeah, there's like two dudes somewhere around here that are like special dudes that I cannot for the life of me. I've been so bad at like trying to spot them. One of them? You're not one of them. Oh, there's one. Not anymore, there's not. Alright, let's... Is there something that lets me hold more deads? There is, I just don't have it unlocked. If I were the other samurai chilling in this castle, would I hide? I'd probably hide on the other side of the castle. over there somewhere. Guess that's not part of the castle. Whoa, let's stay on the castle, please. Like, I almost wish they were the ones marked in orange and not the, like, level 1 random ladies. Oh, there he is. Sneakery. Do more damage with weapons. Don't have a lot of options for skill points at the moment. Flacchio. Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
It goes well. I'm dinking around in this castle.
Ooh. So how have you been enjoying it so far?
I've had a good time.
I'm assuming there was some off-stream grinding.
Not as much as I feel like I probably could have gotten away with, because I mostly
Well,
just...
yeah.
I mostly just got stuck trying to do a thing that I was very clearly too low leveled for. But I did it, so... Yeah.
Nice.
I mucked up these nice people's Go game. I got a lot of fast travel points, mostly.
Okay.
And then I got all the samurai. I got all the elite samurai whatevers in this castle, so now I can go loot the big chest.
Nice. I saw one of these big castles. I don't remember what it was, which one it was exactly, but they were like, "Oh, kill all these people to get the unique chest," and I was just like, no."
I was doing one of the other ones that I got stuck on was I was doing this one for like the Osaka castle,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't find like two of the samurai. It was just like, well, I'm just gonna leave and come back to this later. Kind of assumed that the big chest would be over there, but it is maybe not. I mean, the better question is, does it even show up if I eagle vision? Answer is, maybe. Oh, it does.
I mean, if nothing else, it should show up just like a normal chest.
It's over there.
No, I think this is actually the castle I was talking about where I got there. It was like I went in a window of a building and found a big, like, super large chest. And then it was like, "Oh, kill the guys to unlock this." And I was like, "Nah."
That was how it worked when I went to the Osaka castle. Where it was like I found the chest first, and it was like kill guys, and I went okay, and then I found one of them, and that castle is so big.
I enjoy these large bases to go through.
Yes.
That said, I think I would enjoy them more if I was playing as Yasuke, so I could just wreck fools.
You know, fair.
But I'm still working on getting back to playing as him because mild spoilers. I've been playing for I'm not sure exactly how long, at least probably 10 hours, and I have not yet got to a point where I can play as Yasuke again.
That's weird.
I'm pretty sure the whole first chapter of this game is just now away, from what I can tell.
I thought the whole thing was that you could like pick which one you wanted to play as.
At some point, I'm sure you'll be able to, but the story is in such a place right now where I'm pretty sure they're just like, no, she's the main character. I have a very good idea of exactly how the story is going to progress, considering what's been happening.
And that you have somewhat of a familiarity with time
Yeah.
period. I love that the floor is creaky. I mean, that'll
I saw
probably
like
be a problem later on, but it entertains me. Oh boy.
I saw a tooltip saying that castles had anti-ninja floors, which I'm assuming is like the floor is noisy on purpose so that you can't walk around quietly.
Yeah. I did the movie thing. I stabbed that man through a door.
Nice.
Oh, now I'm level 6. Warrior's Katana of the Monk. Got a just straight up better than what I had equipped.
That's a bizarre ability on that armor.
Throw a kunai at the closest enemy after an assassination.
Yeah. It's like, but what if I don't wanna? Oh well, let's see how it works.
Yeah. Now the question is, how do I get out of here without just running through 11 billion dudes? And the answer appears to be like this. It is in fact quite simple.
Good old standby of stick to the rooftops.
Yep. Hey, you know what? This is a closer. Or no, that's a. The logos. I was gonna see if I could do that meditation spot, but there's no like fast travel point close.
Oh well.
Hey, let's see if we can't do quest thing. See if we can't get that forge that was mentioned the other day.
Does come in handy.
I do like that this viewpoint is just on top of a boat. And I like the idea that we're assuming that, you know. Well, I mean, I guess the fast travel isn't really a thing. Like, that's just a fun Animus shorthand. But I like the idea of if it was somehow real and that boat moves at all and you just fast travel and then you just fall into the ocean.
You end up like in Spain.
Oh, like it's I see. I was joking like it was tied to like the in-world coordinates.
That's also funny, but I like the idea that it's like, no, you will fast travel
to this boat. Yes,
wherever it is.
Puppy. Oh my goodness, petting the puppy unlocks it for my base. That's amazing.
Yep. And then when you get to your base, there's a whole little tab for placing your pets.
I did place some of them. Let's say.
I was curious if the next time I saw your base in this game, it was just going to look like a goddamn sim like zoo or something.
I only had two. I didn't because like I got here and then now I mentioned like, oh, the guys in the port, right? And then I was like, oh, I don't want to like step too far forward into this. Oh, look at this other doggy. So cute. What's up? I feel like that's another instance of just like, while I'm leaving, is I'm threatening this man, and then some lady just leaps over the fence and kills someone. I'd be like, well, I gotta go. I cut that man's arm off, or is he just? He's just having a bad time.
Yeah, he just felt weird. He like dabbed behind his own back as he died.
Mood.
わしの親は夫婦でこの火事場を開き、タバコ包丁を作っとった。酒井一と重宝された。
I mean, it makes sense. I just didn't think about like growing tobacco in Japan.
何？富には借りがあるんだ。なら摂津で富や私の力に。
Hey, people gotta smoke wherever you are.
I will not hit you at Discord. I like my channel the way it is.
Yeah,
Random probable robot.
it's probably a robot.
That was another thing that I meant to do and then didn't.
Mhm.
Was I need to see if I can't find more. I think I need more wood to upgrade my stable. Yeah.
Yeah, luckily hitting up random bases is just a pretty good way to get resources in this game, so I feel like the resources are like they're ordered in like descending order of how like valuable / rare they are. Like minerals are the hardest one to get. Wood is slightly harder. Crops are super easy.
Yes. I've definitely found that to be the case.
I think if there's one thing, I'm not sure if it's something that is in the game and I just missed it through tutorialization or whatever. I wish it was easier for me to tell, and this is a problem I had in Odyssey as well, like where a hostile zone begins.
Yeah.
Because I've been walking through multiple towns in this game and go like, oh, what's this? And I turn a corner, and like before the guards even finish saying, hey, you can't come in here, I have walked in and gotten them active and then get into a fight. It's like I wish there was a little bit wider zone of like, hey, wait, no.
I feel like old Assassin's Creed games were decent about that because, like, I guess that's the peril of moving from minimap to like Skyrim compass.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, like you can't just have like a highlighted zone on the map.
yeah.
Also, I just realized that it's like no mini map. Like I know that's been a thing in the previous games as well, but it just now logically clicked for me. It's like, oh yeah, they did change
I
that.
did do that right in front of someone. Hello. Keep getting these valuables, and I'm not 100% sure what I do with them.
Oh, you just sell them.
I haven't found any merchants.
There are several in this town if you look around, but yeah. It's a port city. There's people on that port who sell stuff.
That would make sense.
There are people you can find who will just sell you decorations for your sick base. I found a lady and she sold me a monkey. And I bought it. Because of course I did.
Yeah. Heavenly bamboo. I'm looking at this man. Oh, but I also can't assassinate him.
Because that's just a guy, I guess. Oh, wait, no. That guy's an enemy or something? Oh, he's just tough.
He's just tough, and I couldn't one-shot him. Ow. Ow.
And I think he has a poison spear?
No, I think I poisoned him.
Oh, okay.
My sword poisons people
I
at
see.
the moment.
Oh no, he had a poison spear.
Oh.
When he hit you, you got a little poison buildup icon under your bar.
More loot.
I will say I don't necessarily mind the weapons just having elemental stuff on them now or whatever, like ailment stuff. But I do kind of miss the Odyssey thing of like you have an ability that puts poison on your weapon or sets your weapon on fire or whatever.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, I feel like it made it a little more like, I don't know. I'm gonna say this: Odyssey made more logical sense in that it was like, oh yeah, you put poison on your weapon, or you put something that's flammable on your weapon. Whereas this, you just had like, I just got like the toxic katana of whatever the fuck out of a chest, and I was like, what? Why are they just selling poison katanas? How does that even work? I mean, I guess theoretically, if you made your sword out of some metal that had like,
I made my sword out of lead.
yeah, theoretically, well, no, because then like pieces of the sword would literally have to be like coming off in your bloodstream. It doesn't make sense. But the point is, maybe you put some like poisonous oil in the sheath, so every time you pull your sword out, it is now poisoned.
That makes sense.
It makes as much sense as anything else. And then for the bleed katanas, you just use like an anticoagulant.
I like that I went in here trying to find wood, and I think I found no wood.
Rough. Also, since I made that comment about Odyssey making sense, I would also like to remind everyone that in Odyssey, you fought a Cyclops and a Minotaur and shit.
Yeah.
So, it didn't always make sense. I wonder if there's going to be anything like that in this game. I bet not.
If there is, I bet it's like deal.
Yeah, I can see that. Which, to be fair, I would be fine with that as like a split of like the base Assassin's Creed game will not be full, like, mythological, but then there will be DLC that allows you to do that. And be like, all right, I'm fine. That's a good split. It took me an embarrassingly long time to figure out how to activate those little white orbs.
I found one of those and I was worried that it was going to be like a big serious thing, and so I saved before I activated it. And then I was like, oh, this is just a collectible.
I saw one of those at a temple and was like walking around it, just like, what do I do? Because for some reason, I guess the look prompt just didn't appear, or maybe I missed it somehow for a long period of time. But yeah.
Let me pet you.
Oh no.
Yes. It didn't pet, but I got the cat, so...
Nice. Tabby Bobtail. That's the name of my fictional cat detective in my Zootopia fanfiction.
You know, I believe it. I was trying to come up with like it's my children's young adult fiction protagonist.
I also thought about that. That's like my Hank the Cowdog spin-off.
It confers no tactical advantage whatsoever. Revolver Ocelot is displeased.
Do you have sick golden guns? No, that shit's dumb.
This guy's like, I don't even have guns. I got swords. You want swords? Buddy, what are you doing in the firearm district if you want
I mean, he's obviously trying to cut in on a market that nobody is serving here.
He's trying to cut in.
Yes. Look, I'm just saying, what if you're walking through this part of town where everyone's selling guns and you're like, man, but what I could really go for right now is a sword. It's like selling a salad at a fast food place. It's like, it's probably not what you're here for, but maybe. This eavesdropping mechanic is a little bit weird, because it seems like it always wants you to be in very specific spots to listen in.
Yeah.
And I've approached, I think I approached these guys from like a nearby roof, and it was like, no, get down there behind cover to do it.
What, these people talking about forgeries are suspicious? What are you talking about now, eh? By the way, I'm stealing your crops. Okay.
何者だ。もしや今池の方か。アホ抜かせ。兄者がわめくのを聞きつけて、そこらのコソ泥が寄ってきたんじゃ。
I wish there was an explanation of what these little icons meant. But I assume that that's like I'm with the cops.
So I did figure out what the scales mean because I kept seeing that pop up and I was very confused. The scales mean that you are lying.
Ah.
この堺の商人で今池と関わりない者などおるはずなかろう。
お前は堺の人間とは思えんがな。
今池と関わりあるのは堺の者だけとは限らんじゃろう。
では誰に聞いてきたのか言うてみろ。早急の息子。
Joke's on you, he doesn't have a son.
話す必要はない。私が望むものを差し出せば、早急殿には言わずに置いてやる。
朝次郎、書状を。危ない橋を渡るのは。だから兄者はダメなのじゃ。ちーとばかし臆病が過ぎる。おいおい。ただでやってたまるか。
I have no idea how much money I have.
I read those dialogue options wrong, and I thought one of them was "I am his daughter," which would have been a bold ass lie. I would have respected it.
もう待てん。メイドの土産に殺しに生きる忍びの技を味わってみる。
One of those people vanished, and then this man is just running away. Hey.
All right. That guy ran away during the cutscene transition. The other guy was just gone.
Swear to me.
Very casually drag this man by the back of his no shirt.
I think I had a thing around his neck.
Yeah. She like looped something on him.
Yeah.
Also, for the record, I did just pay those guys $500. And the guy was like, you know, if you're willing to pay us $500 that easily, you probably have more money. And then they attacked me to try to steal my money, and I murdered them. Those men have very little self-preservation.
Where'd the other guy go?
I don't know.
That's the craziest part
That
of this.
dude disappeared during the black screen, so there's no telling. I guess the blue thing is pointing you in a direction. Maybe he just went that way.
Oh, yeah.
The objective marker.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. Oh, there he is. Buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
This is very odd.
Oh.
I feel like most of the time when you grab a guy by the neck and drag him around, it's to like avoid detection.
Everything's fine. I passed a cat on the way in here. Where'd it go? I want to pet the cat. Oh, sorry. I don't know how to put my weapon away.
Hold right on the D-pad.
You got it. I will definitely think next time. There you are. You. Is this another tabby bobtail? Might be another tabby bobtail, but also look
but
at
now
him.
you get to see the petting animation.
I was petting my cat earlier today. She was very cute.
Cats are adorable. It's true. This checks out.
How much money do I have? Question. I have a lot of money. I don't actually want scouts. I do want to unlock whatever.
欲しいものがあれば言っておくれ。
Great Garden Boulder. Probably. So he's probably somewhere around this zone. Just randomly stick a marker and look around. This. Oh, this seems like a thing that I will do a lot of, not on stream.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the contracts.
Puppy, come back. I think I've already petted one of you, but
No, some of these dogs just run for it. There's a very good bit in that next Flanders stream where Vinny tries to pet a dog and it runs away from him. And then he proceeds to chase the dog cross country on his horse for like a while. Because he's like, I think it's trying to lead me somewhere. And Alex is like, I think it's just running in terror.
you're a puppy I haven't petted. You're also apparently a puppy I can't pet. That's unfortunate.
Aw. I will say there are also some of those painting animal things in the wild will also give you a pet.
Yes, I got a deer from. There's a deer hanging out at my hideout at the moment.
I got a baby boar. Baby boar are adorable.
Also, I found the original painting of the Tanuki, and it is hanging prominently in my base.
Yeah, everyone who joins the Assassin's Guild has to look at that picture.
Yes.
Behold.
It really feels like this guy should be like around here somewhere. Fine, I'll use one of these dumb scout things. I was close, sort of.
I will say there is at least one of these missions where I burned through like an entire season's worth of scouts trying to figure out where the fuck they were talking about. That said, I really like the scout system. I think that's a smart way To like, look, if you want to explore and find your clues in the wild and find the thing, you can. But if you want to just cut to the chase, you can use a scout. Like, I like that trade-off.
Yeah. I think it's a good balance between like the guided and unguided whatever, you know.
Yes. Also,
Where did that blue
did
light
you
even
see
go?
the Monster Hunter title update stuff?
I did. I'm very excited for not this one, but the next one.
Yep. I'm slightly more excited for Mizitsune now that people have like looked at the pictures and been like, "Oh, that looks like the deviant from like Generations, like the Soul Seer Mizitsune or whatever." They're like, "This Mizitsune has the blue flames on its bubbles and also the glowing Sans eye." It's like that's interesting. At least it's not just a basic Mizitsune.
You guys have some fun hats. It's okay, I'm your daughter.
失礼つかまつりました。私は商いをしておるもので、堺のことなら何でも知っておられる早急様にぜひお目通りをと。
それはご丁寧に。ですが訪れるすべての商人と会ういとまも。
But what if I'm the best bros with Nobunaga
ご相談をしたく、ここに書状も。
and his ambition?
I'd also like you coming to be like, "Yeah, I'm just a trader," and you just have sick kunai sticking off your chest.
Look, sometimes you gotta, you know.
Those kunai are for self-defense.
Yeah. All those weird Iga people, am I right?
鉄砲の調達も任されておると知りながら父に会おうとはよほどの世間知らずかずうずうしいのか。
堺で一旗あげるには大胆さも必要かと。競い合うより共に利する道もありますよ。
Let's be friends.
存外抜け目がないのだな。相応の分け前があるならば調達に手を貸してやる。お主の名は何という？
菊にございます。
わしはそうくん。よく
I feel like she did not say that
ここで
name.
は大化なしに得られるものは何もない。この助言の他にはな。町に商いの用がある。どうじゃ歩きながら互いの話でもせんか。
ご高名なのですね。
今池は知られておるからな。
堺の茶人は皆敬われておるのですか？
ごくわずかなものはな。だが父は中でも格上。
My dad is big and cool. My dad could beat up your dad. My dad
My
is
dad could
super
out-
hard.
My dad could out tea ceremony your dad.
Excuse me while I pet this cat.
このちびすけめ。
I think that's actually the same cat you petted like 3 times in a row.
You know, it's fine.
Well, I mean, that's how cats work.
Yeah. You see a cat, you pet a cat.
Yeah.
If it lets you.
そうくん様
Oh,
の
yeah.
父上は信長様とご面識が？
父は信長様の茶坊主をしておる。父の富と権威の大半は上様のおかげで手にしたもの。そのお返しに
I went to a pumpkin patch last Halloween season, and there was a random kitten there that wouldn't let me pet her, but did just like follow me around, and it was very sweet. It would like get close to my leg, and I'd like kind of lean down and stick my hand down, and then it'd back off, but then I'd get back up, and it'd just come right back up to me, and I was like, oh. This is a 4th version of the same cat, but
I mean, they're gonna keep giving you the prompt.
あの言葉お分かりですか？
南蛮の言葉は少しなのだ。
Part of me wishes that the animation for petting those cats, like, it just ended with her shoving the cat inside of her robe. Just like, no, you come with me. Oh man, missed opportunity. They should let you do the Neo thing where you pull a cat out of your shirt to be a clock. So you can just check the
Yeah.
time by whipping a cat out.
Yeah.
But they could also let that be a collectible thing where you can use any of the cats you've collected as your clock.
I like this plan.
It's like changing your pocket watch, but you're just changing cats.
多くの機会が得られるとか。
父が茶を振る舞う相手は権威ある方々ばかり。お主をもてなす理由があるとでも。
信長様はご用心からこたび新たな商人。
Man, your guys' obsession with tea is fucking weird.
我らが共に仕えれば互いに利となりましょう。
これ式のことで父の立場が揺らぎはせんと思うが、お主と手を結ぶのも悪くなかろう。ではわしから父に話を通してやろう。うまくいくとよいな。
もう一つお願いしたきことも。鉄砲の売り買いなら堺が一番とか。そうした商いをするお方、特に女子衆がおればお会いしたいのです。
鉄砲の商いに興味のある女子衆か。
I want to meet cool gun ladies.
見てみるというのも一興か。よし。では聞いてやろう。
There's probably a thing that I should is probably in the codex. I assume Teppo is some kind of gun because I think this is the quest for the lady with the gun of the mini boss squad.
For the record, according to Google's AI overview, Teppo literally translates to iron cannon. So yeah, it's just a term for a Japanese firearm.
Alright. Oh, I received 300 Helix credits and I got a weird... weird picture. What can I spend 300 microtransactions on? Like nothing? Looking like a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. You'll get more.
I...
There's a lot of like weird missions that pop up that are like, go halfway across the map and kill this guy in 3 days for points towards the not battle pass that will then get you the spendable currency. Like, I don't know if you've dived into that Animus menu up there.
I have not. Let's dive into the Animus. Oh. I was not expecting there to be fake battle passes.
Yeah, there's at least 2 fake battle passes. Presumably a third. Which I'm honestly fine with.
Some reason
One of the daily selection things a couple days ago was like a deer. Like it just like a weird glowing green spirit deer.
Pet. Oh no.
Oh no.
That boar's having some problems.
Oh no. That boar is the Flash.
I was about to say there has to be like a Pet Avengers, but for the Justice League, and then I realized that that was like the whole arc recently with the person with the very clear The bunny muscle Harley Quinn fetish.
Well, I mean, that wasn't like Animal Justice League. That was just Beast Boy turned everyone on the planet into furries.
Is there an Animal Justice League like the Pet Avengers?
Yeah. That's where you
Perfect.
get, like, there's Crypto the Super Dog and Ace the Bat Hound. They had their own cartoon show.
I watched the Crypto cartoon. I guess that would make sense, and I didn't think about the part where that is, in fact, what I'm thinking of.
周りで起こることはよく見える。物はなくなり、人は付け狙われる。家畜も殺され、次はわしかもしれん。
ならばここで見張っておく。野党が出たら止めてやろう。
それはなんとありがたい。皆も喜ぶじゃろう。
Sorry, apparently there was a 2022 movie called DC League of Super Pets.
Oh yeah, and the ending thing was The Rock as the Black Adam dog, because
That's-
of course it
Oh,
is.
no, this says Dwayne Johnson voiced Crypto.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think there was
Kevin Hart voiced Ace the Bat Hound. What?
I think there was also like an ending credits thing with the Black Adam dog showing up because The Rock is insane.
That makes sense. Yes, in the post-credit scene, Crypto and Superman encounter Black Adam and his dog Anubis. Crypto tricks them into flying to Pluto. Yay. Bizarre. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know that movie existed. Alright. That was a weird hole to fall down. Oh, good. Also, you found one of these things. These remind me of, like, the weird catacomb missions from Brotherhood.
I could see it. It's very convenient that she just has a lighter.
Look, man.
I'm really hoping that this is not going to turn out to be like fucking Mist or something where like you have to light certain ones but not others.
I can say that at least in this one, that is not the case.
Yay!
Unless I just got incredibly lucky.
It probably won't be because I feel like no one is that insane
Anymore.
anymore.
No one is that brand of insane.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I found the lighting in these, depending on which one of those you light, to be actually worse after I lit the candles. Like, there are some places in this where I feel like the visibility actually got worse when I lit those. So I was trying to use them mostly as, like, a I've been here before check mark. Also, I imagine at this point you've looked through the skill tree somewhat, but I really like that one of the, like, shinobi abilities is just the thing where you stick a little reed pipe up through the water to breathe.
Yes. I've not unlocked that yet.
I got it and have yet to have a chance to use it, but someday.
Oh. Fuck those pots.
Some of these cave textures remind me of like, and the pots remind me of like the. Oh no! Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Can I get to the?
Bless you.
Sorry about that. I was gonna try to get to the mute button, but I realized it was not gonna happen.
Okay.
Ugh. No, the cave, the combo of the cave and like the pots and the way they look, something about it reminds me of like the cave you go into in Knights of the Old Republic 1 to get your lightsaber crystal. Because there's just a bunch of jar container or like urns in that cave.
I don't think I did that, but I got a trophy for it, so that's cool. Oh, this goes
Yeah,
around and
there
okay.
is a second swingamajig.
I saw this part and I was like, what is the point
Oh,
of this?
or I guess you could just go through the side thing.
Well, I have to do the second swing thing, because...
That's what I mean. Oh, this takes you back up to the platform, I see. Ow. God, can you... I want to point out that in a non-animus situation, what just happened to you there while swinging would have been like a career-ending injury.
Yeah.
Of just swinging on a grappling hook and then banging your shins into the dock.
That would be unpleasant.
Like, if I was on a revenge quest and that happened to me, I would then give up on the revenge quest.
I can get the thing that lets you breathe underwater. But I'm leaning
I'm going to be
toward-
honest, I don't know how useful that's actually going to be.
Just getting the thing that makes weapons do more damage over here. Man, if only I'd found this end of the thing first. That would have been so much easier.
I'm interested to see how this plays out for you.
Can I get out of here without...
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Because when I did... Oh, wait. No, I think there is a way out, but they didn't tutorialize me on it. Up there where the rocks are, there's like those little red urn... There's a little red urn on the ground with like a target symbol. Try throwing a kunai at that from a distance.
Yay!
Did that open the thing?
It did.
Okay. Because when I got up here, I was stuck, and then I just fast-traveled back to the hideout. And then it wasn't until I did a later quest that they told me that, by the way, those things explode.
I thought they explode, or I thought they would explode, but I didn't think that, like, just hitting it with a kunai would do it. Like, I was like, do I need
Yeah, it doesn't
something
make a lot
that's
of
on
sense, but-
fire?
Yay.
Let's bounce to the hideout. Is it? Oh, there it is. It is farther than I thought. Sometimes trying to get on the fast travel icon is somewhat of a problem. I guess this is the season transition. Maybe?
Yep.
Okay.
I think I haven't actually seen what do you call it? I haven't seen like a full breakdown, but I believe all of the seasons are broken up into sections. So I think it's like 3 transitions within each season or something like that.
So this doesn't seem to have a dot. A little bit of decorating. Because it's fun. Okay, maybe not that. When it said small stone lantern, I was not expecting it to be that small. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Minuscule stone lantern. You know, I haven't tested this out, but I kind of hope you can like put down the decorative rocks and stuff in such a way that you can build your own obstacle course.
Be fun. How many cats are we going to put here? So many.
Just dedicate one whole half of this base to like a cat area.
At least 4 cats at the moment.
火事場はできた。お前の二親もきっと見守ってくれるよ。
二人は堺で一番の鍛冶屋だった。だが、織田信長に殺された。ここなら、二人を供養できるかもしれん。また借りができたな。
バカ、ここはあんた
You dummy.
礼なら直江にいいな。お前を見つけてくれたんだからね。
よろしく頼む。
ああ、互いにね。モンタ、直してほしいものがあるんだ。
もう屋根ばかり直してはおれんぞ。見てのに。
Believe somewhere around here. I don't remember where I put it, but I know it's around. Oh, there it is. Perfect.
So I will say that my initial what do you call it? Oh, I love that picture. Again, I kind of wish that every picture was like that, but I get why it's not. But my initial instinct when I was doing this base building was to connect all of my buildings if I could connect them. But after I've done that for a bit, I think it's actually a bad move because I keep getting lost in these mazes of sliding doors. Like, very often, I will bust out of one side of my building and then spin the camera to find out where I am because I don't know anymore. And maybe that will not be an issue later if I, get like different wallpapers and crap to decorate the interior of the buildings. Because I know you can change the walls and roofs, and I imagine that will help them look more
よく来
distinct.
たな。
Yes. I would assume so. Oh.
Also, after having actually met the blacksmith, I think it was incredibly rude of your helper lady to describe him as looking like a bear. He's like, he's just a guy. You describe someone as looking like a bear, I expect more than that.
Just upgrade stuff. Why not?
Arigato.
Thought I put a cat over here, but I don't see a cat. Oh well. I'll say, like, so I linked the first one, and then because I built like the study or whatever to get another thing, and for that one I made a nice little covered walkway, and maybe I'll put something else here, a rock in the way.
Mm-hmm.
What else have we got to do here?
Oh wait, did you upgrade the stable if you could?
I didn't because I don't have enough wood.
Ah. You'll say you do get a sick, like, garden pond for your base if you complete all those flashbacks.
I mean, that will definitely happen. It will just
Yeah.
northwest. Just teleport to Sakai and cuts about in the southwestern area of Sakai for a little bit. Secondarily. Equip the let's equip the pre-order sword back real quick because I upgraded it. Oh, that's east, southwest.
Oh, and I will say, you can still do the Odyssey, like, unarmed combat thing if you unequip your weapons, but I don't think it's nearly as effective in this game as it was in Odyssey, sadly.
いらっしゃい。きっと興味をそそるもの
Well,
が
maybe it's just not with Maue. Or to be fair, she's got a couple good moves. She has a great spinning, jumping roundhouse, but it doesn't do a lot of damage.
Serene Katana of Truth. Ooh, Kusarigama. Tanto.
The other weapons are pretty good.
Don't have enough money.
Yeah, I see that. Did you already sell off all your valuables?
I did.
Okay.
I probably didn't need to like buy the fast travel point in here, which I think was a thing that I did.
Oh yeah.
But
Or you bought the like
I bought
thing
the
that
safe
allows
house.
you to do your base.
Yeah.
I have not bought any of those, despite the fact that I have enough money to, because I keep stubbornly just going, well, I'll just fast travel back to the base. Look at that dog.
Dog. This is also continually not southwest. Let's keep going a little more southwest. Your arms look weird.
That's an incredibly rude thing to say to someone you just walk by on the street.
I know. Oh, I'm continually
dream of
not
a-
going in the right direction.
I dream of a day that Assassin's Creed is comfortable enough to get as weird as like, oh, hold on. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze again. Why does this keep happening? Huh? Gonna say, I dream of a day that Assassin's Creed is comfortable enough to get as weird as like Saints Row 4's mission, where like the simulation was glitching out and just producing weird, horrifying glitched people walking down the street. Like, I want to see that in like, I feel like that would have been good in like the Black Flag style thing. Because in that one you were explicitly like bug testing the Animus for
Yeah.
Sturgo's game. And like, I don't know, when I think of that idea, all I can think of is I want to hear that British guy, Sean or whatever.
Yes.
Was that his name?
Yes.
I just want to hear him talking about the horrible Animus glitch people walking around as being like, oh god.
Oh, hey, speaking of those pirate ships.
Oh yeah.
This is the laziest fast travel I think there's ever been, but like I was basically right here, you know? But sometimes you want to just fast travel to cut out some of the swimming. Look at that pirate flag.
What is that?
I don't know. We're gonna see if I can.
Is it like a bundle of grapes with like a hat?
Oh, it's like a face made of skulls.
Wow.
Look at this
That's
thing.
much dumber than I thought.
It's very silly.
It's a face made of skulls with googly eyes. I feel like it would look marginally less ridiculous if instead of the googly eyes it had just like black spots.
Oh. Did not assassinate that man. I guess this was the point that was supposed to tutorialize you on the part where you can explode things. Ow!
堺に届くべき絹じゃ。海賊の好きにはさせておけん。
Missed. Here. Anything else fun I can steal? Oh, some wood. I need that. I need 50 wood, I think, to upgrade the stables. I have 35. Doo-doo. Here you go, lady.
絹ならある。一日で小袖を作ってくれたら残りの布はやろう。
ああ、よし来た。どの絹を使う？その赤いのなんていいんじゃないかい？
黒はどうだ？黒が好きでな。
異国の黒絹があるね。ほら、南蛮のさ。風合いは唐物に負けるけど、異国の風情があっていいかも。
I assume this choice doesn't really matter.
No.
おすすめ通り。
You know
It
what?
赤い
does,
小袖にしよう。
like, one person references it later.
これまでで一番の出来だよ。
I'm shocked you went with red.
I know.
これ
But she said it was nicer silk, so I was like, well,
茶会に着るものは手に入れた。あとはどう振る舞うべきかを習わんと。
Northern Sakai.
You have to go learn how to do a tea ceremony. What's up, man with a silly hat? I do appreciate that if you were in a situation where you had a bunch of money, you could just buy the resources you need.
Buy a sweet cross.
また今度来よう。
I think I can upgrade my stables now. I will do once I find this tea merchant, which I thought was that guy, or is probably somewhere, or like, because I want to point out,
Mm-hmm.
The tea set, like right there.
You're not wrong.
It said it was in. They were in an outdoor stall, so I mean, oh, I bet it's this man with a blue.
茶の作法を知ってそう。
Bet it's this guy with a blue dot on his head.
ご存知でしょうか。
私を千利休だとでも
I don't know what that means.
どなたです？
千利休を知らない天下一の茶人じゃありませんか
I appreciate that. Apparently now I also didn't know who that was.
今ここで茶を買うておるのが早急殿なら同じ世辞を申したのであろうな。
おたわむれを利休様。うちの大事なお客はあなた様だけですとも。
まったく調子がいいのう。
茶を教えていらっしゃるのですか？
茶に興味などない有力な大名や金持ちの商人の子ら、それを相手にな。
私は大名の娘ではなく、
The kids these days got no respect for the tea.
茶会は貴賤の区別なく興味を同じくする者同士が知り合う良い機会であると伺いました。それゆえぜひとも。
そなた、堺のものではないな。まだ富と引き換え
Right, I am not from here.
払うてはおらぬようだ。
はい、私はただ今井宗久様の茶会に出るため作法を身につけたいのです。
今井早急とな。ならばわしが
Okay, but if there are any cats on the way, I am petting all of them.
話は歩きながら聞こう。茶は
All
わ
right,
しの
while
屋敷
you
に
learn the
届
tea
け
ceremony, I will be back in a few minutes.
そなた、堺へ参った本当のわけは
Have
商いに来
fun.
ておりますが、同行の使徒の
I'm here to
お住ま
pet
い
cats.
おお、そうであったな。何にせよ、縁あってこうして生きようたのだ。無下に断ることもあるまい。
宗久様の名を聞き、妙なお顔をされていましたが、気がかりなことでも。
同じ茶人として早急殿のお働きには敬服しておる。ただ茶の湯についての考えが異なるのだ。
つまりお嫌いだと。
それ、ついたぞ。茶の湯の稽古には支度を整え、落ち着いて臨むが寛容。始める用意ができたらわしに知らせるがよい。
できました。
ではついてまいれ。
この庭は誠に美しい。
四季の和敬静寂を表しておる。互いに言わして敬い、清らかに静かに望むこと。それがわしの茶の湯の心得。
始める前に、利休殿は何をお望みでしょうか。
望むとは？
堺では全てが銭か物と引き換えだと聞きましたゆえ、見返りに何をと。
よいか。わしは多くの者が代償を求めるように、わずかでも安らぎをもたらしたいのだ。わしがそなたに与えるものに見返りなどいらぬ。さて、まずは作法の根本からだ。客は皆地位や肩書きを脇に置き、等しい立場で茶室に入る。亭主は客を丁重にもてなす。人は初めの振る舞いで相手を見定める。例はどのようにする？
Oh, deeply?
深すぎる。相手を大名のように扱えばしもべと扱われるぞ。中ほどの礼で互いに等しき立場となればこそ、おごりや自負心を捨て、掛け軸や詩歌、建物の美しさを共に語らえる。
そうした話にはとんと疎く、ことにシータなどは。
Let me show you this painting of a tanuki I did.
別の何かに例え、その様子を表せばよい。天切り裂きし大来のようにな。
血の花咲きぬ刀傷と。
さよう。運が良ければ、その責任
Also, maybe move away from blood, lady.
場を清らかに保つには、心遣いと行いの両方が寛容となる。茶器を清め、茶碗を回すことも。
茶碗を回すとは。
皆が一つの茶碗を使い、おのおのが少し右に回してめでる。これは茶碗の正面。つまり、最も美しき面が常に亭主や他の客人に向くようにという心遣いと敬意の表れだ。
他に知っておくべきことは。
Half bow, turn the bowl slightly to the right.
早急殿
Half
に
bow,
招
half
かれ
bow.
たのであれば、贈り物を渡すのがよかろう。そなたのため、蔵にあるわしが集めた茶器から3つ弟子に選ばせ用意した。どれか一つを選び、早急殿の茶会に持っていくがよい。金の縁飾りがついた技巧の茶瓶だ。明の職人の腕の高さがよく現れておる。このつつましい茶壺、これは多くの茶人に受け継がれてきたものだ。最後は素朴な竹の柄杓、傑出した職人修徳の手によるものだ。
お気持ちはありがたいのですが、かようなものいただけません。
遠慮は無用。ここで受けた恩は、そなたが他の誰かに施せばよい。それが巡り巡って世を平らかにするのだ。選ぶがよい。
Oh, I like the
で
ladle.
は習得の竹の柄杓を。
良いものを選んだな。社会でそなたの望むものが得られるよう願うておる。用事が片付いたら、またわしのもとを訪れるがよい。
Have you learned the tea
I've
ceremony?
learned the tea ceremony.
今井の屋敷に戻ろう。
You,
Oh, really? How do you turn the cup?
you turn the cup slightly to the right
All right.
so that the pretty part faces everybody else. And you do a half bow so that way you're treated as an equal.
Nailed it.
And you give a gift. I feel like I did that last time I tried to get to this guy's house, where I just tried to come in through the back way, and then it's like, oh, that doesn't actually connect through.
父に引き合わせる前に小袖に着替えておくとよい。うちの者に支度を手伝わせよ。
自分で着られます。
身支度をさせるということはただ着るのとは違う。
What? Not a very half bow.
聞くとな。
はい。
I will say this: the outfit you got for this does look way better than the black one. Black one has kind of like a weird texture on it that makes it look a little bit muddy. It's not great. The red one looks better.
That one lady said it was nice, so I was like, hey.
I'm just shocked you didn't go for the black outfit when given the opportunity.
Fair. There was like a blue Dutch silk or something, I would have been like, that one.
はい。
さようか。してそのご注文は信長
Oh
様
boy.
より直々にいただいたのか。
いいえ
Listen to this man talk
お取
about
り次ぎの方とやり取
business.
りしただけで直には。
そうか。あのお方ならそうなさるはず。して取り次ぎの者の名は
坂の上中太と。
知らぬ名だが、いずれ会おう。時にそなた、茶会とは何のためにあると心得る？
Okay, this part I missed the point of.
I'm honestly not sure that your answer here
社会
matters.
とは志を同じくする者が知り合う良き機会
But
で
for the
あると
record, I went for
伺い
the
ました。
spiritual experience part.
I think he probably would have liked that other way better.
本来は共に風雅を分かり合う心をこそ祝うもの。その場に誰を招くかも茶を立てるのと同様慎重でなければならぬ。わかるか？
はい。
よし。実はそなたが探しておった鉄砲に興味のある女子衆が。
失礼いたします早急様。明智様が前触れなくお越しでお話があるとの。
Oh, I'm sure nothing suspect is happening with Mitsuhide here.
Oh yeah, no, totally fine, upstanding, normal guy.
Yeah.
And I will say, if the story goes where I'm expecting it to go, it's going to be extremely funny.
早急殿、誠にすまぬが、信長様のもとへ急ぎ参ずることとなったゆえ、3日後の茶会には参ることは。
See, now that dude has a black robe with gold embroidery that pops.
That's very true.
明智様をお招きするよう仰せになったのは上様でございましたのに、なぜ唐突に。
Which honestly also just makes me that much more convinced that he's evil because
he looks like one of the quirky mini boss squads.
Well, that and also just like something about having that prominent gold in your outfit just makes me think, okay, so this guy's like wealthy and corrupt and probably a Templar.
いつもながらのお心遣い、痛み入ります。
Also, this dude very upset at missing a tea party.
今のお方をご存知か？
いえ、どなたで？
明智光秀様。信長様の武将のお一人じゃ。
もしや、私の取引と明智様に関わりがあるとお思いで。
証拠を見るまでは何も信じぬ。それに答えが新たな疑問を生むこともあるでな。
明智様にお疑いを。
そなたを面白いとは思うたが、新参があまり出過ぎたことを申すものではない。社会の前に。
Oh, but I want to learn. I want to solve your mysteries, buddy.
No, you got your own mysteries to solve.
I can solve all of them.
Well, yeah, but right now, focus on this one, because you've got a couple of suspects. Put on your detective hat. Which, sadly, you do not have access to a detective hat in this game.
Rise of the Ronin 1. This game is still good.
It is. I was really hoping you'd forgotten what fake name you were using.
飾り立てることに興味がありませぬゆえ、飾り付きの鉄砲なら別ですが。そのようじゃな。
Lady's dunking on my outfit.
家同士が旧知の間柄でな。して、そちらはこの茶会にどうやって招かれたんじゃ？
総将千の利休に指示いたしました。
利休様はお弟子を選ばぬという早急総称のお話はまことのようじゃな。
ええ、家のなしか褒めるところのない子らを教えるのはうんざり。
I believe this lady was way harsher on my outfit because I went for the black outfit.
どうも怪しい。そのこそでも茶の湯もあなたには不釣り合い。宝の持ち腐れもいいとこじゃ。
今なんと
田舎者は 痛い目に遭う前に田んぼにお帰りなさいな。
Rude.
What a bitch.
顔じゃな。
と申します。どうぞお見知りおきを。
さとこじゃ。年派の床の者もかような会に招かれる。
I'm not a child. I'm at least something.
今井様とは共に商いを。
I'm probably in my 20s, I assume.
失礼。
That's probably a fair guess.
私などいつまでもわらべのようでは作法も学べぬとおじによう言われる。今日は夫の名代で参ったが狩りの方が性に合う。
ああ、何を狩るのです。
野党じゃ。
野党。
領地を荒らしておるのでな。
I hunt the most dangerous game.
鉄砲を習わせ見つけ次第天柱を下しておる。
されど家の者を養うため奪われたものを取り戻すために盗む者もおるのでは。
罪の中でも盗みは特に浅ましい。命が惜しいならそもそも盗みなどせぬことじゃ。
I kind of feel like this is not the lady I'm looking for unless she's really good at flying. Which, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Pardon me while I contemplate this orb.
Oh yeah, どうなった？
キクと申します。
上限を上げよう。良い小袖には
I
奮発するだけの。
feel like my dialogue option says that my name is Shizuka, and then it sounds like she says, like, my name is Ikoto or something.
堺の者は妥協しない。一品を手に入れなくちゃ。
Oh, this lady does not like your outfit.
She does not.
She liked my outfit. She was psyched about it. She was like, oh shit, Portuguese silk, into it.
That's suspect.
Some people just have good taste.
Wasn't the lady I'm looking for, like, way into Portuguese stuff?
I mean, she said merde or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Which also raises the thing of, like, that lady might just be Portuguese for all you know.
Yeah.
この堺を故郷にできたらと。
いい答えだね。茶会を楽しむといい。堺にとどまるつもりなら大阪城に。
I did. They tried to kill me there. I mean, what?
そろそろ茶会を始めましょうかな。堺へ来られたばかりのお客人。ささ、前へ。今井家の当主としてお運びにお礼申し上げまする。菊殿。そなたは正客。わしのそばに座るがよい。
Part of me does wonder how this would go if you just bombed all of your deceptions. Like, if you gave everyone a different name, what happens?
That would be very funny.
Oh, so yeah, strap in for the tea ceremony. It takes a bit. But check out this cup.
And you whisk the tea.
With this egg beater. I was just thinking about how aesthetically I like the little like sand pit in the middle of the room. And I was like, you know, that'd be cool to have. And then I realized that anyone who had that and also had a cat, that would just very quickly become a litter box.
Yes. Very much so.
Lady, how old are you? How could you have had that many years ago?
結構なお手前でございました早急様
特別なことはせず、その茶の持つ本来の良さを引き出したまで。
ああ、実に見事な茶碗ですこと。
我が師、賭けの女王総称よりいただいたものじゃ。
Dramatically
He
rotate
approves.
bowl.
味わいが程よく調和して心が落ち着きます
He will remember that you turned that bowl the right way.
早急様、おもてなしへの感謝の印に、かつての将軍、足利義満公
This dagger owned by Yoshimitsu, all the way from Soul Calibur.
よく手入れされておるの。
今池同様、長く持ちましょう。
早急様このガンの絵は時をかけとくとご覧いただければ幸いにございます
I got these geese.
礼を言うぞ、サトコ。
Just imagining a situation where they're like, oh yeah, here's this painting of like the old shogun that's just straight up Yoshimitsu from Tekken. But like Tekken 7 where he's a giant octopus man or whatever the fuck. Like everything else plays out exactly the same, but it's like, yeah, we're just gonna just have fucking crazy alien Yoshimitsu in.
Is Yoshimitsu one of those who came before?
It wouldn't shock me.
Got you this ladle. Just from a fancy maker.
つまらないものにございますがどうぞお納めください
I'm curious how this gift will go over.
これは確か習得の策。信長様ご所蔵の品であろう。
利休殿を通じましてお気を悪くされたならご容赦くださいませ
なるほど。それで特進が言った。気を悪くなどせぬ。利休殿のお心遣いにお返しをせねばな。
Seems like it went well.
Yeah. I gave him the tea vase thing. It was basically the same. He was like, hey, I recognize this thing. What the fuck? And then it was like, oh yeah, I got it from that other guy. And he was like, yeah, cool. Pretty much the same. I figured the only wrong choice was probably the fucking gold teapot thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't know, maybe he still would have liked that. Alright. Choose your suspect.
Or is she just bad?
他の者と比べ若さは私によく似ておるこれほどの地位を手にするまで苦労も汚いこともしてきたことだろうこの木を逃すわけにはいかん
ずっとこちらを見てるが珍しがってるだけじゃなさそうだね
決して悪気はあなたのような方に会うのは初めてで
その面の下にはいろんなことを隠してそうだ面人は表では面をつけ真の己を隠すものさ面を外せる場所で私と話そうと言ったらどうだい
Was I correct, or is that just a thing it does all the time?
ならうちに来るといい。それほど遠くない。
I don't know what happens if you pick the other one because I just picked her. Because of course.
Because she seems suspect.
She was the, I don't know, I immediately assumed she was going to be the one because she's the only one of the other people you meet at Tea Party who's likable. So it's like, well, of course it's going to be her then. Because when I talked to her, she was just wearing my outfit, and then we talked, and it was just like a very friendly conversation. And I was like, yeah, definitely her. Both the other ones were kind of bitchy to me.
まずは好きに見て回るといい。堺で行われる商いは必ず早急様に
I leveled up.
だから今夜の茶会に出た。私は別にとりわけ茶が好きだってわけじゃない。本当のことを言う。それはおもちゃじゃないよ。知っとる。卑怯者の武器だ。ああ、道理で妙な感じがしてたんだ。お前だったんだね。この前の晩のやつは。で、私を撃ち殺そうって卑怯者らしく。でももっといい考えがある。私たちが仲直りするのに必要なものを言ってごらんよ。私が用意してやる。
Go full Princess Bride and just be like, I want my father back, you son of a bitch.
I really wish that was an option.
生殺与奪の剣を持ってる。私は何だって差し出すよ。お前が私から音を奪った。私の味わった痛みを、あの虚しさを思い知れ。親父は私を米一袋で海賊に売ったのさ。あいつを殺してもらえるならありがたいね。お前は失うものがないとでも。ならこの家はどうだ。くれてやるよ。無一文から始めたんだ。またやり直せる。こんなもの欲しくなどない。何か欲しいものがあるはずさ。私の音を。
Hey!
There we go.
Okay, that was kind of silly.
若さを葬ることができた。これで音の仇討ちに一歩近づいたはずじゃ。
Yay.
素朴な茶碗じゃな。
So I will say this. Every bit of weird camera work and like panning that I've noticed in this game so far has been in missions associated with assassinating those targets. And I'm not sure if that's like a trend that's going to continue or if it's just like a couple of one-off things, but it's interesting to note.
Interesting.
I wish that ability didn't cost so much because throwing the knife is pretty sick.
That's very true. What am I doing here? Whoa. Okay. Let's see.
Dead.
Yep. I do like that, like, well, okay, now I can sort of go into this Yamashiro region, but I was very entertained by, like, how high leveled all the surrounding region.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you stay in this zone.
Yeah, one of the Animus things popped up and it was like, oh, go kill a guy for points. And I was like, okay, cool. And I clicked on it and he's like way off in the middle of Iga territory. And it's like, yeah, nah, not going over there, buddy.
Let's see if I can't. That's meditation zone.
Trying to knock out some of the flashbacks.
Kind of weird that I can't gallop right now, but
That is odd.
now I can.
I know it's disabled in towns. I guess maybe that temple counts as like a settled area?
Maybe.
Or there was just like some weird hiccup with your horse not recognizing it was in the wilderness again.
Oh, it got all windy.
I was gonna ask, have you attempted to off-road in this game?
So not on a horse, but I did. I did like climb a crazy mountain, and that was exciting.
I really appreciate the harshness of the wilderness in terms of like, if you try to go through a forest, there are fucking trees everywhere. It is hard to walk. Also, are you meditating during a sick lightning storm?
I think so.
Man, that sounds good. I could go for a storm to roll through so I could just like sit outside, look at it for a while.
I blew it like right at the end. 'Cause I thought I was done because the camera panned out.
You fool!
There we go. Hello, Speed.
You've made it in time for more dramatic flashback. You missed the tea ceremony. It was riveting. But at least the tea ceremony ended with a murder.
That's true. What if I'm a spy remains the best line that has ever been uttered in Metal Gear Solid.
Fucking Ocelot.
Ohayo, Oto.
眠れなんだか。
あまり眠れんかった。顔が出てきたんじゃ。殺した連中の顔が。
お前がうなされているのが聞こえた。夕べも、その前の晩もな。戦の恐怖は誰にも等しく訪れる。お前がその恐怖を味わわずに済むよう、 父として密かに願っておった。
信勝は里を滅ぼしに来たんじゃん。私だけ逃げるなどせん。
そこで考えたのだ。こたびのわしらの勝利は長続きすまい。織田信長は敗北という言葉を知らぬ。
No word he does know, ambition.
これまでのような稽古では足りぬ。より厳しくいくぞ。今日は最も恐るべき戦道具の手ほどきをする。
なぎなたか？
いや、違う。来い、直江。息を深くせえ。
座禅を組むのか？
日頃の座禅とは違う。これは己の身の危うき時、恐れに心が蝕まれし時に心と体を守る術だ。
くじ切りか。
己の行いを悔い、思い
All right, now meditate inside your meditation flashback.
Whoa.
And then go into another flashback. Full on Inception, this nonsense.
思い出すのは難しいが、私は一人じゃった。そして
Yo, dog, I heard you like meditating, so we put meditation in your meditation so you can meditate while you meditate.
その顔を見たか？
見た。
表を上げよ、直江。暗き心を払う法を授けてやろう。深く息をし、今この刹那に心を研ぎ澄ませ。では、はじめ自然にゆるりとくつろいで息をせよ。無心だ。捨て去れ。
I do like that it kind of seems to always be like in a cycle. It's just if it's the D-pad or the buttons.
Yeah. It's like it'll always be the same rotational direction. It's just which side of the controller you're using. Did you fuck it up again?
Fucked it up again. I'm not good at meditating, turns out.
I did not have as hard of a time with these as I thought I was going to. They turned out to be easier than I thought. I was really worried on the first one when all the button prompts disappeared, but it didn't go too badly.
When the instructors... See, I was gonna make a joke about the Jimmy Buffett song, breathe in, breathe out, move on, but that also works. This is a thing that I mentioned in the GBP4A chat, but what is that Devil May Cry show? That the opening is Roland, and there's a new single by Evanescence.
I can't explain anything about that show. All I know is it's like a weird alternate universe retelling of Devil May Cry, so I'm like, alright, I'll take it. Lady's a cop now. But like a demon cop.
I can't, but they're just really hitting that early 2000s AMV
oh yeah.
set list.
What, you think I didn't make a Devil May Cry 3 AMV? Come on. Everyone did.
I didn't, because I didn't play Devil May Cry 3
Well,
until
that's true.
way later.
You were busy being like a fetus.
I don't think I'm that young.
Basically. No, never. I've buried that I've buried that deep.
まずは手に入れねば、わしのはよそに預けておる。うちの床下はもう他の秘密でいっぱいでな。
預けたとはどこに？
Also, to be fair, I don't think it would be difficult to find if anyone actually cared enough to look. That said, it was several email addresses ago.
覚えているどの冬よりも厳しかった。もっと強くならねばな。
Running in the snow. Cool. I like the silly scarecrows with the fake bow.
Yeah.
Good.
I saw those and I was wondering, like, is that just for fun decoration, or is that like a thing where if somebody's scouting your village from a distance, they can't tell if that's a real person or not? Like, is there a tactical advantage to these weird little fake straw scarecrow men, or not?
I mean, also I imagine it I say it keeps the bird out as there's a bird just running.
I mean, to be fair, there's always, any time there is something to deter a creature, you will have one version of that creature who just does not give a fuck. Like,
Forgot that
there will always be a crow on a scarecrow somewhere.
Because this is a flashback, I don't have like a handy
that's
little.
The same thing I tried to do. Every time I do these flashbacks, I try to assassinate someone that fucks up. I don't think the scarecrow had a gun.
I mean, we'll find out in fucking Lies of P2. Lies of D.
What is... Also, I think my favorite version of The Wizard of Oz is still the Futurama parody.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
Oh, it's amazing. Zoidberg is the cowardly lion, and then when they get to the end, the professor is giving everybody stuff out, and he just goes up to him and he's like, who needs courage when you have a gun? And just hands him a fucking gun. Which I think is one of my absolute favorite lines in that entire show. No, world, you put your hands up. The Wizard of Oz scene where he has a gun is often cited as a Mandela effect thing. God.
To be fair, I don't remember the scarecrow holding a gun ever.
Now I've got to look this up. Wizard of Oz, scarecrow. In what situation would he have ever been holding a gun? In the Wizard of Oz movie, the scarecrow is seen carrying a gun, specifically a .38 revolver, during the scene where they are in the woods and encounter flying monkeys.
Sure, whatever. Man, everyone keeps talking about how this old lady's gonna die, and the part where she still shows up as alive on the character board is still something.
まだ序の口ぞ。
I want like a full Mass Effect style Wizard of Oz RPG.
その覚悟があるか。
Super in depth. Also, remember that time there was like a Sonic RPG made by BioWare?
I sure do.
Was that good?
No.
What was bad about? I feel like here's the thing. I am almost positive we have talked about this before, but what was bad about it?
So the main thing about the Sonic Chronicles is it was not done, like, very blatantly. Like they pushed it way too early. And B, it's just silly, and it's silly, but not in the fun way that Sonic games are, you know?
You.
Hello. We're talking about Sonic Chronicles.
Nice. The Dark Brotherhood?
The Dark Brotherhood.
Also, I have not seen Beyond the Yellow Brick Road. But this is apparently a Wizard of Oz DS game with I like that character design. Is this? It looks like Vanillaware almost.
I was gonna say, I think that game's supposed to be good, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. Also, I missed most of the stream yesterday, but I totally digged 50 Cent and his gang of masked weirdos getting his skull back.
Oh my goodness, look at these little baby, like, fox puppies.
I think they're called kits. Is that like short for kittens?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But they were very cute.
Please listen to Sonic Chronicles Nocturne.
Also, the music is very bad.
Oh, okay. Are we talking like Resident Evil Basement bad, or?
Well, I think just, like, Sonic Pinball Party bad, where, like, it's music you know, but somewhat horrifically butchered.
どうだい、やってみないかい？全部見つけたらいいものをあげるよ。
わらべの遊びなど久しくやっておらんが、面白そうじゃ。
あ、遊んでくれるなら嬉しいよ。西大阪のあちこちの木に折り紙の蝶が隠してある。それを見つけて。
Surprise, sucker! It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Your soul is mine.
いいものをあげるよ。
Oh my goodness, look at this puppy. The Pinball Party songs amuse me just because it's like, here's a very grungy open your heart in not the fun way.
I don't think I've ever heard those. Oh, is that what system is that for?
That is a Game Boy Advance.
Okay, so yeah, not only is it going to be poor audio, it's going to be poor audio.
Yeah.
Poor Game Boy Advance. Some of those games on the Game Boy Advance, you know, had good compositions, but they had the displeasure of running on the Game Boy Advance.
Just a little. Do I want to, like, try and grab stuff?
Steve Slasher, this is from the past, but he says, one day I will infiltrate this group hard enough to identify your AMV channel. Do we have an AMV channel?
I made a reference to the fact that back in the day, I made a Devil May Cry AMV on it, but that was multiple email addresses and YouTube channels ago. So
Okay, I thought you guys were holding out on me.
no.
Hmm.
Also, I did just to get back from listening to Nocturne from Sonic Chronicles, which apparently is what happens when you try to remix, Sonic 3's Big Arms, but you, for whatever reason, leave out percussion.
Huh.
Due to just weirdness with the game. It's not great. It's not that weird, terrible Resident Evil song, but it's like not as far off as I would have expected.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't been posting the bad anime stuff since I stopped doing things with the 360 No Scope Anime account on Twitter, back when Twitter was a Twitter. Yeah, how's this game been going?
It's been going well.
Great.
I think I can finally upgrade the stables. I think I probably should, because it really does seem like having one scout grab materials instead of two is a major improvement.
Can actual main character bash through walls like Kool-Aid Man?
No.
Aw.
Just Yasuke. I know, but also not no. Like you're not wrong to think that.
I mean, if you want to play Dark Cloud someday, I'd be here for that. Dark
I
Cloud's great.
I have both of them. That might happen.
I like both of
mentioned.
them for different reasons, but I will mention that 2 has a surprisingly in-depth golf minigame. But it's like golf inside the procedurally generated dungeons.
Sure.
It's very weird, but also, what was it called? Sfeda? I think it was called Sfeda. Yes. Because it's like, oh, there's time distortions in the dungeons. And then it's like, oh, in order to fix the time distortions, you have to like take these little spheres of energy and put them into the time distortion hole. And it's like, but you can't touch the sphere of energy because it's a weird time distortion thing. How do you do it? Well, I've got this club. So you just start playing fucking golf and rebounding these things off the walls to get the ball into the hole. And then it's like, you fix time.
That's extraordinarily silly.
It is, but there's also like a weird Ikaruga mechanic where every time the ball bounces, it changes color, and it has to be the right color when it enters the hole. So it's like you have to bank your shots correctly. It's fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
I should play some PlayStation 2 games. There's quite a few I haven't over the years, and I recently souped up my PS2 with a big old hard drive, so there's a lot of games on it now.
I heartily recommend both Dark Cloud and Dark Cloud 2.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those games are long, is the thing.
I think Dark Cloud 1, I was watching someone play, and then just randomly turned one of the characters in Dark Cloud 1 into some kind of weird knee pervert. Like some village grandpa or something. Because I
ring a bell.
I think he said something along the lines of like, oh, my knees aren't what they used to, and then in my head, while mutual friend of mine and Speed's Prin was playing Dark Cloud, I just kept riffing on I used to be an adventurer, but I didn't put enough armor on my knees. Are you... Okay, you're not after me.
Also, I don't know. I liked Zhao in Dark Cloud. I like the slingshot. It's not the best long range weapon. I definitely prefer the cool genie lady's like magic ring long range attack, or the guy you get later who just has a fucking gun. But I like Zhao. Although I will say I like Zhao a lot more once I got Steve the talking slingshot.
Sure. That's video games.
Well, because in Dark Cloud 2, Steve is just your giant robot that you pilot and build.
All of this remains video games.
Speaking of obscure PS2 RPGs I should probably play, I forget what it's called, but but it's the one where you have like the demon lord in your shadow.
Oh, Okage Shadow King.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot.
I played the demo of that on like a demo disc back in the day, but I never played the real game.
I mean, not hugely obscure because it did get re-released on PS4, but not something people talk about on a regular basis.
Yeah. You ever think about how they put out Mr. Mosquito on PSN recently?
Good on him.
This is after they put Mr. Mosquito in Astrobot.
Mm-hmm.
なんであれ助太刀には助けられた。我らの本山である本願寺は焼け落ちてしもうだ。我らは10年も織田信長と戦うだ。
I can't believe that they put Mr. Mosquito in Astrobot and then represented it in the little zone where all the Astrobots are by making your Astrobot jump in a bathtub.
Look, it's the iconic bathtub level of Mr. Mosquito.
I mean, you're not wrong, but like... I will never stop fighting Oda Nobunaga. This is my ambition.
そやつは私の家も焼いた。
ゆえに参ったのか。
いえ、父を殺めた者が盗んだ箱を必ず取り戻すと生前に約束したゆえ、その糸口を得ようと。
父に託された願いか。わしはそれに背き、すべてを失うた。
堺におるらしき片耳をなくした男を追っております。何かご存知ではないかと。
Guy looks kind of like the bald guy from Virtua Fighter, who's full and killed people.
You're not wrong.
I did not know that the Virtual Fighter guy was evil.
一つ耳。その鬼が父を殺めたに違いない。
Virtua Fighter plot is something.
I just remember before coming out and being like, here's this cool monk dude, and I'm like, nice.
ならば追い詰めるまで。
追うは至難の技。和田の後には首を切られるか。
And then I played as Lion.
Same. That's how I play Virtua Fighter. Is I go, oh man, there's a bunch of cool people. I'm gonna play as Lion because that's the one that I know how to play.
And then sometimes I play as Pi.
What's up, feudal Japanese Hana from Yakuza 4?
But less cool.
これだけの手下の虫けらなど
話
を聞くまでもない。
Man.
なおえ、これはやや父のもとで戦い、父と同じくわしを見捨てたものだ。
またそのような火星がいると聞き戻った次第。
私も和田これだけを探す仲間にお加えください。
兵女様と望みなき道を行く者がまた一人。
No, I want that guy for other reasons.
それに私の父も生きておる限り望みはあると言うておりました。
わしを信じてくれる者もおるようだぞ。
破滅への道をわざわざ選ぶとは。他の残兵が七つ松に首切り人がおると、そやつが和田の居場所を知っておるやもな。しかし七つ松は私も知っておりますが、無事戻った者はおりませぬ。小娘が一人行くようなところでは。
直江の戦いぶりを見ておらぬからそういうのだ。だが味方は必要。
I have so many knives on my person.
玄順という者が布引きの滝におる。力を貸してくれるやもしれん。
わかりました。早速そのように。
川のそばに家がある。そこでお茶を。
And Kumisetsu, west of Amagasaki. Not Nanatsumatsu. Felt like that one. So canon mode is okay. There's Amagasaki. Just pulls all the dialogue options out, is what that does. I'm not doing canon mode, but right now I can only play as the lady. Cannot play as Yasuke.
Yeah, canon mode is interesting. Like, I have been curious a couple of times just to see what the canon mode choices would be, but I'm not interested enough to make that my whole playthrough. So realistically, this is not a game I'm going to play through multiple times. It's too big for that.
Probably not the Natsuma, but we're just gonna see what's over here. Let's go over here. I could probably grab a horse, but is that another one of those raccoon dogs? Or is that just a real raccoon? It is a mystery.
助けてくれんか。
最近は飢えたものが多いな。どれだけあれば足りる？
米を買いたい。それから新しい鍋も。あとは
Well, that escalated quickly.
荷車を引く若くて強い牛もいる。絹の小袖がずっと欲しかったんじゃ。一度でいいから絹の手触りを感じてみたい。
小袖は無理だろうが、これだけあれば食うには十分じゃろう。
ああ、なんと寛大な。一体どうやって礼をすればよいか。
ここのことについて教えてほしい。
Alright, cool, thanks.
I do like that whenever you do something like that, it just straight up adds like side quests to your map.
Yeah. I know that I'm basically just going to Amagasaki, which is not where I need to go. But there's a viewpoint there. It'll probably be useful at some point. More fast travel points, generally better than less fast, I find. Ultimately, that looks like that's a place, maybe. I don't know. This a place? Okay, this is Amagasaki. Wait, west. I was looking east of Amagasaki. I'm dumb. So it's probably like right there. There's not a whole lot of area west of Amagasaki that is still within this zone.
I will say I have been buying some items just to add them to the cosmetic list.
That makes sense. Really hoping I could. Oh, this one has 5 of those guys to kill? That's a lot. Also, I was really hoping I could, like, grappling hook up to this, place, but... That's looking... Oh... Oh, this tree.
ここの歌舞伎者、よほど恐れられているようじゃな。
Neat. This was also a thing that I was mentioning kind of before people got here, but a lot of this running around on rooftops in Japanese castles bits reminds me a lot of Live Alive, Live Alive.
Yeah, I can see that.
Whoa. That was very silly, but it worked out okay.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a real
Must be
video
some indie
game.
thing.
Yeah. But it's okay. Why does this castle have two moats? Why is there an inner moat and an outer moat?
Got one for the alligators and one for the sharks.
Yes.
Saltwater moat, freshwater moat.
You look like one of those people that required to kill for the thing, and I can't one-shot you. Very unfortunate for me. Okay, there's probably people. Oh, there's definitely people.
I got a fun equipment thing that makes it so I take off more health bars whenever I do an air assassination. That's very fun.
That seems useful.
I think I also got one that makes it so I take off more bars with an assassination at night, which is fun.
It really is a surprise moat, is what it is. And it worked because I was surprised. A tree I can climb. I feel like I've been all the way around this area. I've yet to find an easy way to get across the second moat.
If moat is so good, how come there's no moat to... Oh.
I think you're not wrong.
Reminds me of, I had to go look this up. Have you ever seen Shogun 2 Total War?
I know, like, I've seen Total War games,
yeah,
but I don't
Total
think I've
War,
specifically
yeah.
seen that one.
So that one has, like, you know, you have ninjas and you can send them to go assassinate people. There are failure videos for the assassination attempts that are very funny. And one of them is just your ninja dude doing a cool run and jump over a wall. And then it cuts to the other side of the wall and it's much steeper than it looked. And he just goes rolling down the side.
That's
like, oh shit.
Very funny.
There's a lot of very funny failed assassination videos in that game. Of like, there's like a war meeting and your ninja dude slowly lowers himself upside down like he's Spider-Man, but when he goes to grab his sword, it falls out of his sheath because he's upside down, and then he's just hanging there and everyone stares at him and then stab him, and he's just like, ah, fuck.
It's not effective. Oh boy. I just want the fast travel point. You know, you guys can just chill, right? Oh god! Ow. Not gonna be able to loot that and live. Ooh, cool. Does seem like I somehow got out of that situation.
Cool.
And then I missed the viewpoint. There we go. Whee! Fucking double moat castle, I swear.
Hey kid, get down from there.
No.
That roof ain't for fancy standing.
It took so much effort to get up here. I had to go through 2 moats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fine. I will use a scout because, like, what?
Yeah, I actually found the executioner by accident trying to do another quest in the area.
He is very close to that Kabuki Mono quest. Well, it's one down. One more to go, but that it'll be later.
Again, just gotta reiterate, extremely pretty game.
Yeah.
Like, I am consistently impressed and sometimes just stop and look around and go like, this looks good. Like, look at that mountain off in the distance, all those fucking trees on it.
There's something about the layout that reminds me a lot of, like... Well, I mostly just mean, like, in terms of, like, you know, distant tree mountain areas, where it reminds me of, like, the area of Tennessee where I grew up in.
Tennessee, the Japan of America.
Which is funny, because, like, I feel like not a lot of games get that region... It's not featured very often, and when it does, it looks weird to me, generally. Although the one game that I think did it really well is the game Virginia from Variable State. People who did Last Stop. It's like that game just looked... It's like, oh yeah, no, this is this region. I feel like I went around the wrong way. Oh, there's a lot of dudes. Oh, there we go. Buddy, do you want to, like, walk this way? Oh. I do feel like I should try out my other weapon here.
あんたのおかげで命拾いした。
ありがとうございます。
Need 5 points for that thing. Honestly, kind of seems like it would be worth saving points for. Perfectly on. Oh, hello.
That poor man.
He surprised me, and then he no longer surprised me. North of Amagasaki. We're probably like, or in that vicinity, if I had to guess. Off-roading! Gonna try it. It mostly worked out thus far.
Alright, well, you track down these monks. I've got to go handle something. I'll probably be back in like 10 to 20 minutes.
Okay. Say hello to the monks. Let's get monked. I'm there, though.
So I guess there's a PS3 version of that game that's been making the rounds recently.
I don't know what game you're talking about.
The one where you get monked.
Oh,
Until
yes.
Dawn.
Because it was announced as like a PlayStation Move game.
So that's where the origin was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was announced for the PlayStation Move and then vanished for a while and then just came back as a PS4 game.
Makes sense.
盗っ人ならばここには何もありはせぬぞ。
京女殿から言われここに。和田これだけを討つため兵力をお貸しいただきたい。
織田が攻め入った時は4万の軍勢を誇っておったが今はこのざま。和田に真っ向からぶつかろうものならば今度こそ全滅となろう。
賞賛はあります。奴に近い筋によると尼崎城での守りは夜分に薄くなるとか。
お主は勇ましい。されど像を失ったと知らば京女様のおそばにわしはおられんだろう。
像とは
京女様は由緒ある像を託してくださった親鸞様の護衛だ。親鸞様は宗祖であり極楽浄土に往生する道を主上に示してくださった。
恥ずかしながらそのお方は存じませんでした。
その方がよかろう。近頃は名を口にするだけで殺されかけるゆえ。なれど護衛を盗まれたままにもできんのだが、 取り返したくとも我らにはその力がないのだ。
力を借りるのにその像を取り戻す必要があるなら私が参りましょう。
では待とう。
Not climb the bamboo. Oh, here we go, just for you, Tom. Here to say, fuck the bamboo.
Coming straight from the underground.
Whoop. This foliage is dense. Whoop. Okay, not that way. I thought this was a person, but it's just a lantern. Hooray! And loot this chest. Ah. Who put a candle there? Dramatic music. Purple hood. How many knowledge points do I need? Need 3 more knowledge points to increase my knowledge rank. I'm going further away from mission objective. I don't have any kunai. That's a problem. Now I have kunai. Oh, camera. I appreciate that these people also have the silly flag of the skulls with googly eyes. Righty.
争いとは無縁のようなお顔の造種。
A lot of stuff here.
布引きの滝の層のところに戻らねば。
Over there, though. Oh, whoa. Interesting. I do not have a lot of luck finding wood out and about, which is very unfortunate.
Hello, how goes it?
It goes.
I had to go feed some dogs.
In this bandit camp looking for wood.
If I remember right, this is a fairly decent-sized bandit camp, too.
It sure is, and they also have the silly skull flag.
Nice. It's funny, I went through this whole thing and never noticed that dumb flag. Like, I think I saw it in a town. Like, I think I saw it when I was walking around in Osaka, but I didn't actually pay enough attention to it to see what it was.
Oh, here we go. This is a whole thing of wood.
Tell your scouts to come in and steal this whole pallet.
The plan. 180 whole wood. Even more stuff for this away.
It did. I was going to mention, are you here to get a statue?
Yes.
Okay. When I did this, I had to pass through here and grabbed the statue before I found that monk guy. So whenever he was like, oh man, we have to get our statue back from these bandits, and they did the Skyrim thing where she's just like, do you mean this statue?
That's funny.
It's very funny. I always appreciate it when a game does that.
There was something I was playing recently where that was a thing that I kept doing, and I don't remember what it was.
Was it Avowed?
It might have been Avowed, actually.
That was the only other big RPG I think know that you would have played recently. And that seems like a likely candidate for that sort of shenanigans.
Yes. I forget exactly what the situation was, but there was a whole thing where it was like, you gotta go over here and get this thing. And I just went, this thing? And they were like, oh, sweet. Oh, and here's a big old thing of crops. One pallet of every material. Powerful garden boulder. Such power. Oh well. Let's mark it. Your base, stealing your crops.
I really appreciate how many resources you can get from one of these bases. It makes exploring and just finding random shit feel better.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, even if I'm just kind of wandering around and not really doing anything, I will probably find something I can use for dumb base building and decorating shenanigans later. Helps me feel like I'm not completely wasting my time. I want to point out, as I load back into Monster Hunter Wilds and try to beat the game for a second time with a new character, because now that Lagiacrus is coming back, I need to remake my character from Try so I can have a real rematch.
I was doing the event quest, and I can't tell the difference between the two headpieces you get from that event quest, so I just got one of them and went good enough for me. Alright, cool, you're free to go.
大したものじゃな。あの悪党に金を払う言われはないが、お主の親切には応えたい。
有益な話があれば聞いておきたい。
Nice. I'm still sitting at HR 80 something.
Yeah, I think I'm at 70 or 80 on my main character, and then I'm just past Nursila in the story mode with my second. But I have to kill a couple more Nursila because they are really annoying about dropping their claws. I need a better sword if I'm going to go fight what comes next. Stop swinging.
I have that Wii game.
僧兵らはありがたがるまい。この像が戻った今、また新たな戦に向かわねばならぬということ。皆が戦に向かう覚悟があるとは思えぬ。お主にはその覚悟が。
お任せを。たとえ滝の水が血に染まろうとも、我らの血は流させません。
さようか。護衛は京女様に届けられよ。わしに守り手は務まらぬ。
I was talking about Insect Glaive with someone. I think they were talking like Monster Hunter Rise had some real insane Insect Glaive stuff you could do. Although to be fair, like Monster Hunter Rise has some real insane blank you can do, and you're pretty much correct.
Yeah, Rise practically reintroduced Aerial Greatsword, so it'll always have a fan in me. Aerial Greatsword being the greatest fighting style known to man. Oh.
That is true.
There's some people out there who will tell you that Aerial Greatsword was weird and gimmicky. But Aerial Greatsword allowed you to do a fucking sick kick jump off a monster's face and then charge slash them in the head. So, yeah, fuck off. It's great. God damn it, Nursila. Stop being such a prick.
It's a giant spider. It will not.
I'm just a humble man with a heavy bowgun trying to kill a giant spider. part of the recreate my old Try character experience is use the bow guns more. Because back in Try, I did actually do some heavy bow gunning.
I liked the medium bow gun.
Yeah. Yeah. But sadly, that no longer exists.
That no longer exists. Because people decided that you couldn't have fun with a bowgun that didn't unfold, but also you could just point at enemies and then shield things. Oh boy. I mean, had him a fucking Yasuke boot there. Ow. Why are there so many people in this tower?
Will say I really appreciate that using heavy bowgun now kind of just feels like you're playing Lost Planet in some respects. That the minigun mode remains amazing, just like the rapid fire heavy machine gun power up.
I should play more Lost
And with
Planet.
the right, I legitimately maintain Lost Planet 2 is one of my favorite Capcom games. It's weird and janky, but I like legitimately really enjoy the story. Also, it's just fun to play.
Copy of Lost Planet 2 is sitting right there.
I have
Lost
it on PC,
Planet
but there's a
1
lot
and
of weird nonsense you have to do to make it work
is
these days.
Is it like a Games for Windows Live
Yeah.
shindig? Yeah. I should probably do that for my PC copy of Virtua Tennis 4, but I instead just bought it on Xbox 360 because I found a disc for like $3.
Listener Sila is being such an asshole.
And then I also bought it on the Vita because I have a problem. And that problem is I have a Vita.
$3 is a good price. When did you buy this on Vita?
On Vita, it was more than $3, unfortunately. But
I'm just curious when the last time you bought a Vita game was, because it's probably more recently than me.
So actually, my most recent Vita game was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, it's way more recent than me.
What is this?
I think that's your indicator that you're heading for an actual serious story mission thing.
I'd hoped we'd meet again. You've been through a lot. Your time in Anna's ego was meant to weaken you. A drip feed of memories to subdue you and to invade your senses. The others before you called it a bleeding effect.
This mindfulness app is trying to kill me, apparently.
She will claim you, but you're learning how to counteract it. You see the faint glimmers on the darkened path before you.
To be fair, that's a news story I'm surprised we don't hear more often.
But in these memories, their will to fight burns as a flame. I must go. Find me again.
I had a train of thought about... Oh, yeah, no. I got a copy of Trails of Cold Steel because it was at the local used game store, and like $25.
I've heard of all of those Trails games, but I don't know what any of them are.
They're a really long-running series of JRPGs.
They're Falcom, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Trails goes way back. Honestly, I think if you're going to play any of those Trails games, the place to start would probably be the first one, and that's actually being remade. But even like the original edition of the first one's pretty slick, I think. Back when it was still sprites.
Are they like classic JRPGs or are they like tactical RPGs? What are we talking?
I think they're more turn-based classical
Yeah.
than
Okay.
tactical, right?
Yeah.
Because there's like 3 or 4. I think they're up to 4 different series now. They all take place in the same world, but they
Okay.
usually have like different protagonists or different points of the timeline. Sometimes there's some amount of crossover, but I know I have 1 or 2 of them in my Steam. I've just never played them.
And then my local game store also has a copy of Dead or Alive Extreme 3. And I go, man, no one else is ever going to buy this. I would be the only person who would ever buy this. But also it means I would have to buy Dead or Alive Extreme 3, and I don't know how that makes me feel.
I mean, if you really want to play it, I have a copy of it that I haven't used since like launch, basically.
Nah.
Yeah, Trails, the first one was in 2004, available for Windows, PlayStation Portable, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita.
I like that, like, it's even older. Hold on. Or I might be thinking of...
Not Trails. I mean, if you're talking about
Okay.
Falcom stuff.
I'm thinking of Legend of Heroes, which is like
okay.
the even more overarching thing, which dates back to 1989.
Right.
No, the year I was born.
God, Falcom stuff goes way back. There's like the Xanadu's and the Dragon Slayers and
Dragon Slayer is Trails of or Legend of Heroes, which is
oh god,
it
okay, that's
leads
even
into Trails.
Then that's even further back. God, Falcom is like the progenitor of all RPGs.
Pretty much.
こやつはしばし山に引きこもり、小鳥と戯れておったのだ。
そして教女様になぎなたの持ち方を教えに戻ったのです。
敵はもう撃てぬと。
Yeah, the Trails games are generally well thought of. So I'm not sure if there's a good starting point aside from just, the beginning. I think it's probably one of those things where as long as you start like at the first game of the series, it works. Because they have all the different sub-series. Sky and Steel and all that.
約束しろ。ほんの小娘ぞ。
もっと私が。
いえ、こやつめは許しませねば。
Oh yeah, speaking of RPGs that I want to play, now that I'm on a sort of PS2 kick, I want to play the first, and also speaking of Dead or Alive almost, I want to play the first 2 Arch Nelicos.
Fair enough.
Those games are bizarre and awesome. And by those games, I mean the R series.
Again, it's one of those things where I've heard of it before, but I don't really know the details of it.
It's like weird. It's sci-fi with music magic.
Interesting.
And the combat systems are usually action-oriented in a good way. Hard to describe, but yeah, it's more action RPG than like strategy or turn-based. Yeah, and Arch Nelco 2 is the one that famously had a game-ending bug on either the last boss or the second to last boss. Which you could bypass by either killing them really quick, or in the modern days you can get patched versions of the game thanks to hacks.
Yeah. At some point I should probably do something with that for, I believe it's Tokyo Extreme Racers 3 or 0. I think it's 0. One of them had a bug where, because when they localized it, they were like, "You silly Americans don't understand yen, so that we're going to divide all of the money by 100."
I love it.
But they didn't divide the money requirements for, like, 2 specific things.
God. That's amazing.
So the one of the things that was supposed to be like a mid-game thing becomes a very late-game thing, and then the thing that is supposed to be a late-game thing is in fact $1 more than the wallet can hold, so you just can't unlock it.
That's incredible.
The other thing I've been doing on my PS2 hacking sicko spree is downloading a ton of undubbed stuff, both RPGs and Yakuzas.
Well, that reminds me. I don't know if you saw, it was a thing I posted on Blue Sky, probably like a month or more ago. But it was like this cool, like, Samurai Showdown RPG.
I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to go back and check that out.
It was like a Samurai Showdown side, like,
Oh, no,
it was almost like Namco X Capcom kind of style RPG.
I might have seen that, actually, now that you
But
mention
someone did like a translation of that. It was very interesting.
Yeah, the fan translations are really active. There's like multiple games coming out every month, it feels like. Yeah, I follow, what's it called these days? Used to be called CD Romance, now, I think, and now it's called Retro Game Talk, and they kind of keep track of ROM hacks and translations and stuff.
Yeah, I believe it was actually them, because I believe I followed them because you were reposting from them. And then I saw them posting about, I believe it was their account, I saw posting about that.
Nice. Yeah, they're my go-to place for getting the ROM hacks.
What's in the box?
Have we figured that out yet? I mean, I assume it's one of those Assassin's Creed Alien things, but...
It's probably one of the Assassin's Creed Alien things, but we have not officially figured it out yet.
Oh, hey, you've hit the cutscene where I think everything goes bad. As far as, like, this cutscene has real bad animation and camera work, weirdly.
Yeah, it's a little funky.
The thing I think is interesting, like I said, is that, like, this is a one-off. Everything else in the game has been good both before and after this. So I don't know why this, like, one chunk of scenes is, like, kind of jank. It honestly made me wonder if there was, like, potentially, like, an old version of this cutscene got uploaded, like...
Genzu! 仲間は降伏し、和睦を訳された後に焼き殺された。皆の恨みを晴らすのだ。
やめぬか。それでは信長のやることと同じではないか。
お主
らが刀を与え、命がけで寺を守れと。 なれど敵と早々に和睦を結び、我らを見殺しにしたのは誰じゃ。そして義を求むるわしに、お主は忍びを送ってよこしたのだ。それを今さらこやつらは生きるに値せぬ。
This will impact Yaya.
玄順殿、戦は終わった。こやつらを殺めても何にもなりません。
その通り。この者らは許されるべきだ。私ら同様に。お主もな、直江。これで満足か。
I don't know what that camera zoom is like from her face down to his body hitting the ground. It's so weird. They were trying something.
お主は我らの血は流させぬと言うたが、結局仲間の血が流れた。その意味があったのであればよいがな。
I like that we did the Fast and Furious Vin Diesel, The Rock is tiny shot there. Also.
お父上から縁を切られたとき、どう思われたのですか？
戸惑うた。
私は父が死んだとき、父がそこら中におり、抱かれておるかのように感じました。でも次の刹那には、すべてが消えておりました。まるで虚しさに飲まれたようで、和田を殺せばそれが埋まるかと思うたのに、この人らは私のせいで死んだ。
違う、織田信長のせいだ。
His ambition.
これは仇討ちではなく、私の戦なのかもしれません。
寺の尊き像を最も必要とする者の手に預けるも、そうしたるわしの務め。親鸞上人は何万ものために生きる望みを与えたもうた。直江よ、今どう感じていようとも、お主はまだ息をしておる。希望がある。それが虚しさを埋めるであろう。
Nobunaga and his Pokemon conquest.
Nobunaga and his hella sick Zekrom.
Imagine if you made it up to try to assassinate Nobunaga and he just whipped out a fucking Pokeball.
I would be psyched.
Alright, choose one of these three paths. You get to Nobunaga. Does he pull out a Pokeball, a Digivice, or a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Disc? Which of these three things makes you more excited?
So I think me personally excited would be a Pokeball. But I'm also not denying that I think him pulling out a dual disc would be hilarious.
Although I still like the Onimusha version of the Nobunaga assassination, where the main character shows up. God damn it.
Yeah, no. Pulls out triple triad, I'm leaving.
Now, if he pulled out a Tetramaster deck, now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
No, I like the Onimusha version of the Nobunaga assassination, where the main character shows up, fights him, dies, and then a time portal opens up, and a future version of the main character walks out and fights him again. And Nobunaga is just extremely confused, because that motherfucker didn't even realize time travel got invented. God, I love Onimusha 3.
That is also a game that I should probably...
I highly recommend Onimusha 3.
Oh yeah, they're remaking that one too, aren't they?
Onimusha 2. I don't know if they've said Onimusha 3, but...
I mean, God, I hope they get to 3.
I think they said that, what's his name? The French guy is on board for it.
Oh yeah, Jean Reno said he was down, which,
yeah.
Yes.
So it sounds like it's possible anyway. I hope they do all three.
I also
Onimusha 3 is like one of my all-time favorite, like PS2 era, PS3, 2.
PS2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were all
I
PS2.
think it was
yeah.
late PS2.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think Dawn of Dreams was their first foray into PS3, and I think that might have been on both. Hold on, let me look. Dawn of Dreams might have just been PS2. Am I misremembering this horribly? Yeah, wait, Christ, yeah, it's just PS2. That's wild. Dawn of Dreams feels like it should have been a PS3 game. Also, oh Christ, Dawn of Dreams came out in 2006. Oh, time is weird.
We're old, dog. We're old.
No, stop it. We were just having this discussion with the people in the Speed Slasher Discord earlier about how, like, Silent Hill 2 came out around the time of 9/11.
That was 2001.
No.
So was Metal Gear Solid 2. They had to cut out the New York portions of the New York
when Big Shell, like, or when
not
Arsenal
Big Shell,
Gear
Arsenal Gear crashes into it because of 9/11.
No, stop the future.
Stop this self-driving train. I want to get off.
Honestly, the fact that Metal Gear Solid 2 came out around the time 9/11 happened just makes all of the fucking absurd predictions Kojima makes in that game that much more impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I've moved forward in my battle pass.
Nice.
Of my mindfulness app.
Something about your mindfulness app having a battle pass is extremely funny to me.
Not wrong.
Also, speaking of feeling old, I guess there hasn't been an F-Zero game since 2003.
I would count F-Zero 99.
I'm not sure if I would count the 99. Like, it is technically a new game.
天罰など受けぬと高をくくっとっただろうな。幸先は悪くない。だが次は少々厄介だ。
Do you see the adventure game that, like, the F-Zero X artist made that's on Steam that I don't remember the name of?
I'm not sure that I do.
No, I don't believe so.
That does sound interesting.
Omega 6.
No, hadn't heard of it.
The Triangle Stars.
Still no.
If you look at it on Steam, you'll immediately go, oh, this is the F-Zero artist.
Yeah, sure, I can see it. Looks like somewhere between F-Zero art and something from MS-DOS in 1994.
ここは賢く立ち回らねば。
光秀が我らを殺す気なら、ことづてではなく兵をよこすはず。これにはきっと何かある。
ああ、罠だね。
I'm sure Mitsuhide has everyone's best interests at heart.
Oh yeah, of course.
それでも。
肩のなら、あえて姿をさらさん限り、 気取られずに動ける。
肩のに行ってはならん。
なんだ、どうした？
それは危ないからだ。行ってはならん。
I will definitely not go to Katano Chunk from the Goonies.
一体どうしたって言うんだい？
さっぱりだ。あいつらしくもない。戻ってから話してみる。
Alright, this seems like a decent stopping point, I feel. It's been almost 4 hours. I'll probably do a little bit more running around collecting fast travel points and expanding my my base. I wish I could, like, this is a very silly thing to wish, I feel. I wish I could mow the lawn or something.
I mean, I think you could replace the grass tiles with a lesser grass tile.
I did that over here, but it didn't seem to do anything. Like,
you could also just pave the entire place with gravel or something.
Like, this was gravel that I put in, and it's like,
you might just have to buy a better trimmed, what do you call it?
Better trimmed
lawn.
Like,
I got some like nice ass like white garden gravel with like the cool trails through it, and that stuff. There's no grass anywhere. I could turn this place into a fucking parking lot, like God intended.
Anyway, I'm gonna pet this deer. Join us tomorrow for more
Assassin's
Creed Shadows. This game is fun.
Huzzah.
It's a good one.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.